A very good morning, children. I am back with the third summer activity video and hope you all are fit and fine at home. So, children, let's begin. Oops, what I said? Began. Began is for the past tense, and I am talking about the present to begin. Okay, so we'll say, let's begin. Children, know what? Grammatical error come in many forms and can easily confuse and obscure meaning also. You know what? Some come errors with prepositions. Most importantly, you will find with the subject verb agreement, sometimes tenses, punctuation, spellings, and other parts of speech. So, today we are going to know about some common errors which should be avoided, and we'll learn about the correct use of them also to implement them in our writing and speaking. Everybody are happy. In this sentence, are is incorrect. So, you know what? Words like everybody, somebody, anybody, nobody are actually singular, not plural. Even though everybody refers to a lot of people, it takes a singular verb. Okay? So, the correct sentence is everybody is happy. Now, the next one. If I will see John later, I will give him the message. Although both events are technically in the future, this sentence should be in the first conditional form. And let me remind you all once again that in a first conditional sentence, we generally use the simple present tense in the if clause, okay, and simple future tense in the main clause. So, the correct sentence will be, if I see John later, I will give him the message. Let's move on to the third one. I'm thinking to buy a new car. To plus infinitive means verb is not used after think. So the correct sentence would be, I am thinking of buying a new car, or we can say I am thinking about buying a new car. So basically when we use the word think in a sentence, we don't write to plus infinitive there after the word think. Okay. Let's see the another sentence. They enjoyed the baseball game despite of the rain. Despite and in spite mean the same thing. Okay? And many English learners confuse them. After despite we never use of. The correct sentence would be, they enjoyed the baseball game despite the rain, or we can say they enjoyed the baseball game in spite of the rain. In the second one, we can use in spite of, because in spite of and despite are the same. Understood? In meaning they are the same. But we can't write despite of. That will be incorrect. Okay. Now the next one. My 10 years old daughter loves to dance. When an age comes after is, then you say years old. For example, my daughter is 10 years old. I am 10 years old. Okay, means after helping verb you can say years old. But when an age comes before the person or object as an adjective, then you say year, not years. For example, my 10-year-old daughter loves to dance. Got it? Then the next one. Our house is near to the beach. Near and close to mean the same thing. Okay. But to is never used after near. The correct sentence will be, our house is near the beach. Or we can say our house is close to the beach. When we say close, we can say close to. But when we are saying near, then to will be incorrect. Okay. Near and close to have the same meaning. So it's better to use near or close to. Children, as we know that correct punctuation in a sentence, any sentence, is very important, and it shows how the sentence should be read and makes the meaning clear also. So here in the first picture we can see it's written Slow children crossing. Slow children crossing, full stop, nothing in between. It means slow children crossing means you can say lazy children crossing. So it's, meaningless. Okay, it's not correct at all. Now just see the second picture. Slow children crossing. After slow, we have a comma there and then children crossing. So it states something that to stop, children are crossing. Okay? Children, now we will learn in detail about the forms of to be, and they are am, is, are, was, were. Here, am, is, and are the present forms. Let's see the examples. I am a little bit crazy. He is just as crazy as me, or we can say she is just as crazy as me. It is the worst day of my life. You, we, they, whatever we can take as a subject, it will be are not crazy at all. And we know that we use am with I in the present tense, is with the singular subject in the present tense, and are with the plural subject in the present tense. Now, was and were are the past forms. Let's see the examples. I, he, or she, whatever the subject will be, we use was so happy to see you for the past tense. Like I was so happy to see you, he was so happy to see you, or we can say she was so happy to see you. It was the best day of my life. We have singular subject over here, so we have used was. You or they were happy for me. We can say you were happy for me or they were happy for me. So we know that was is for the singular subject in the past tense and were is for the plural subject in the past tense. But we have you. Okay, you as a second person. We use were only with you as a subject. So you can also use will be to talk about the future forms. Just see the example. I will be there tomorrow, or we can say you will be there tomorrow, he will be there tomorrow, she will be there tomorrow, it will be there tomorrow, or they will be there tomorrow, or we can say we will be there tomorrow. So it doesn't matter whether the subject is singular or plural. We use only will with all the subjects. Okay, when we talk about the future, means simple future tense, we use will. Now children, let's move on and know about the use of has, have and had in the sentences. So children, let's move on and know about present tense first. In present tense, when there is I, you, we and they in a sentence, we use have. Examples: I have a big car, they have lots of money, you have slept, we have seen the film. Whereas when there is he, she, it, proper name and title in a sentence, we use has. He, she, it are singular, so we use has. For examples, he has a big car, she has a cat, it has got new features, Rahul has many friends. Now when we talk about past tense is used to describe a completed action. So when a sentence has I, you, we, they, he, she, it, proper name and title, we use had. Doesn't matter whether the subject is singular or plural, we use had only. Okay, like I had, we had, they had, he had, she had, it had, proper name had and title had. Now look at the examples. I had my food, you had lunch, they had their meal, he had a fantastic weekend, she had appeared for the exam, it had my favorite toppings, Vandana had a bad cold last week. So all the sentences are talking about the past and we have used had with the subjects. Now let's move on to one more punctuation here. We have the student said the teacher is crazy. Now who is crazy? Teacher or the student? See over here the second one. The student said the teacher is crazy. So who is crazy? The student is crazy. And who said? Said the teacher. So the student, comma, said the teacher, comma, is crazy. That means we are talking about the student. The student is crazy. Okay. Now children, let's check some commonly confused words. Children, now we will learn the difference between a few and few, and then a little and little. A few means some, means a small number in a positive way, okay, in a positive meaning we can say, and few means not many, almost none, in negative meaning. Just see the example of a few. I spent a few days in New York, means a small number of days was spent by me in New York. In a positive meaning you can say this. And few means, just see the example, Jess has few friends, which means not many. Okay, means very few. Okay, almost you can say none. Very few is also the same. The meaning is also the same as few only. Not many means almost none. Okay. A very few. If we talk about a very few, that which means more than very few. Basically more than two actually. Understood? And you all must have read about the few also. Okay. The few means whatever there is. For example, I have already read, the few books that are on the bookshelf. That means not a few books. Okay, I'm not talking about a few books. I'm talking about the few books. That means I have read whatever there was on the bookshelf. I have read those books. Let's take one more example. Yesterday, the few friends of mine came to my place. That means whatever means the number of friends I have, they all came to see me. Understood? So that's why I said yesterday the few friends of mine means whatever friends I have, they all came. Okay. And if I say a few friends of mine came yesterday to meet me, that means some, at least, not all of them, but some, in a positive meaning. Okay. And when I'll say that yesterday few friends of mine came to my place, few friends, that means not many, and this will be in the negative way. Understood? In negative sense you can say. Now next we have to know the difference between a little and little. A little means some, a small amount in positive meaning. It's the same as a few, okay? And little means not much, almost nothing, same as few only. Understood? In a negative meaning. But the difference between a few, a little, few and little is what? The difference is that in a few and few, we use countable nouns in the plural form, and in a little and little, we use uncountable nouns. Let's check the examples. A little. Sam saves a little money each month. So we have used a little, which means some, means a small amount in a positive way, but we have used this with the uncountable noun, money. See the next one, little. I have little money to spend this week. Little money means not much money I have to spend, okay? And that means almost nothing in a negative way. And here also we can see that after little we have used uncountable noun. Got it? Let's eat grandpa. It's totally incorrect. Let's see how. Let's eat grandpa. Now, you know what? The comma there in between let's eat and grandpa, It's making a huge difference, isn't it? Correct punctuation can save a person's life. So always follow the correct punctuation mark while reading and writing and speaking also. Children, I expect that you all not only listen to the video, but definitely you all are going to implement these rules in your day to day life so that you not only enhance your writing skill but also your speaking skill. Now it's time to say goodbye to all. Take care and thank you all for watching.